everyone, welcome to the second part in this series from this page in Small Victories by Johanna Basford using Polychromos pencils. Now we have the very first little mushroom house done, and today's page is a little group of mushrooms or toadstools. I think I'm going to just call them mushrooms. There we go. So we can't come in any closer. I could drop my camera down, but I think we'll end up going blurry. So these are interesting looking ones. I'm never quite sure how to colour them, with this sort of top in a different colour to the base, and all of them are the same design. I think what I do to keep it more interesting is to do this one in a different colour to those four. Do those four the same, but not as same as this one, just to break it up a little bit. But I'm going to start with this larger one. And I'm going to use the sky blue to start with. I do rather like these in blue, so we're going to do it like that. So I'm going to put the sky blue all over this lower section. Not going to do the upper section yet. And then we'll work on these creases, lines, whatever you call them, in a bit. But we just want some colour down first. I hope you're all good today. Oh, just a little reminder, please like, subscribe and comment. It's all very much appreciated. I'm supposed to remind you every so often, so YouTube tells me. Do as I'm told. It helps the channel, helps YouTube of course, which is why they tell you to do it. You know, helps the channel as well. Right, that is our first little bit. Now I am going to grab the light ultramarine, which is a very similar colour. Just giving it a bit of a sharpen. Need very sharp pencils for this page. Now we are using Polychromos. Here it is, the light ultramarine. But if you don't have them, I do have some colour conversion charts to compare them to other pencils. I have one for Prismacolor, so if you're a big Prisma fan and that's what you like to use, then there is a chart telling you what the equivalent colours are, and there are a few others with Polychromos as well. They're all available in my Ko-fi shop. You can available free of charge, so you can download them. It does ask you for a monetary amount because that's how Ko-fi works, but you can just put 0 in there and then download it for nothing and get the chart. I have a selection of all sorts of things available to download actually, as well as that chart. I've made some other charts for other pencils, some swatch charts, some comparison charts. There's some tutorials, there's some book indexes, there's some planning charts for sort of goal setting with colouring and keeping a note of what you're currently colouring, things like that. So there's a big mix of different items available for you to grab if you wish. So hopefully there's something of use to you. Some of them are where I have thought there's a gap where I feel I want something, so I've made it for me and then and then made it public for everyone to use. Other things people have asked me, or I felt that it might be useful. So there, there's all sorts of things. Now I'm going to use the ultramarine to just do a final bit on here. It's quite sharp, this one. Just finish up. Here we go. This one's been sharpened in a dowel sharpener. What I'm going to do here is a bit of shadow underneath this top part, because I feel that it sort of be almost over the top. There we go. And I'm just going to put a bit in these gaps. There we go. So there is that bottom part. Now the top bit, as I said before, I was a little bit unsure what to do. What I think I will do is I'm going to try something a bit different. I'm going to grab a brown first. This is a raw umber, I'm going to put a few sort of splodgy bits on. I'm thinking maybe it would be sort of almost sort of speckled. I don't know. It might end up looking a bit strange, so you can decide if you want, and a few dots if you want to do it like that. And then I'm going to go over the top with a ivory pencil. Like that. I don't know, I've seen mushrooms with sort of speckledy bits on, so it sort of feels like it might be right. Now if you're using a smudgy pencil, you'll find you might smudge a bit and actually it might look better. And what I do need to do is to give it a little bit of shape, I think. How am I going to do that? Yeah, maybe a little tad, a little bit of warm grey too, just on the edge. I don't know if I can apply much on top of that ivory. And then a little bit on this edge too. I don't even know if it's enough to really show up. And a little bit of shadowing. I think you can see it a little bit there. Maybe it needs to be a tad darker. Should we try the warm grey 3? Just have a look and see. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, it's available on the channel. You don't have to go back and look at it right now, but it's there if you missed it. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this series. Okay, I'm going to keep that pencil in my hand, the warm grey 3, because I'm going to do the stem with it. There we go. But I want this to be a little bit darker in places. So let's grab our warm grey 5. The pencils are out of order. I want the warm grey 4, not 5. Hang on. So warm grey 4, just in case you were confused. And we're going to use that on the very edge. And the edge of here. There we go. Just fade that in a bit. I think we might have more of a definite shadow just at the top there. There is. She might shade it a bit further down than just the top. That's better. Now the little ones I think we could maybe do in a darker blue perhaps. Not sure. I'm just erasing where I've gone out of the lines. I'm just thinking that this looks like an eggshell, like someone's plonked an empty eggshell on top of our mushroom. Let's do a bluey purple for the little ones, just so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to grab the Delft blue for those, for the bottom part. Now, I don't have any lines and things on these, but what I'm going to do is just try and fade it a little bit towards the middle, so we can still give that impression of roundedness. Roundedness? Is that the right word? No idea. Anyways, it's getting quite dark outside. It's not night time. It's I think it's going to rain. But we'll see. But me and my husband were going to go and see some snowdrops today. There's a gardens near us that has lots. I think there are quite a few places across the country that do this sort of thing. but the weather wasn't particularly good. But neither of the boys wanted to come with us, and husband's got Monday off work, so we decided we would save it and go then. Now, I think I need to do the tops in a similar-ish way to the other one. Maybe do it the same way. So I'm going to grab that raw umber, but I'm going to sharpen it because these are much smaller. So they make much smaller dots. Raw umber. This is fun. Don't press too hard. Don't want to spoil your page. I feel like I want a few more dots like this on here. I think it looked less like an egg. And I'm just enjoying myself. I just do a whole picture made of... Can you imagine how long it would take? A whole picture made of dots. What am I on? Try and get some on the edges too. I don't know if that's made any difference, but it doesn't matter. Right, so the ivory. It's quite blunt. I'm just going to sharpen it, or else we're going out the lines. Not that it's that visible, but just in case. I like how they're sheltering underneath the big one as if it's looking after them. And I shall just take a warm grey 3 and do the tiniest, oops, can you see that there? The tiniest little bit around the edge. Again, I need to sharpen it, so teeny tiny. Tinsy, I don't know the word, right. Should we make you less drunk? There you go. Do you feel better now you're not on the side? I'm sorry. So just applying a little bit on the edge, oops, of each one. And then the stem as well. Do you call it stalk? I don't think you say stalk in America. S-T-A-L-K. Stalk, not stalk, S-T-O-R-K. That is a bird. I'm just putting a bit more grey on this. You know why? Because I want it to look less like an egg. It's only because I said it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Maybe I should put grey dots on it as well. Am I getting too carried away with my dots? Don't know. Now, I'm not going to try and put too much other colour onto these little tiny ones, but I am going to use the warm grey 4 to put some shadow right at the top of each stem to show where the bell part of the mushroom will be casting a bit of a shadow. Now we have grass. I am thinking that maybe a more bluey green would work with the blues and purples that we've got in this picture. So I'm going to start with the emerald green. See where that takes us really. So I'm just going to put a little layer. It's quite, my goodness, it's almost fluorescent against this backdrop of grey. But we'll get some other colours on top. Just get a layer down. It's quite intense and, as I say, fluorescent, but that we can cope. Okay, so we want something, I think I'm going to use the hooker's green. Now, if you look carefully on this page, you can see that the grass has got is drawn with some little bits already coming out, so I think we can emphasise that with our hooker's green. And we can actually draw some blades of grass coming up out of here. If you don't want to do this, you can just colour over the emerald with some strokes, but I think because there's some drawn already, I think it works. And you notice that I'm going over the top of that mushroom base as well, because we're using a different colour. We can do that. There we go. Now we're going to use any white pen. Don't think we really need it, unless we do a few white dots on our top of our mushroom. I think I might do that. I don't know why I'm getting so obsessed by little dots, but it's just fun. And it gives us a bit of a variety of colour and interest in it. We'll do the same down here. Being a bit less careful on these small. I don't know how well you can see the white dots. I can see them just a little bit. Okay, I think we are now done with that one. Yeah. Oh, we've got a snail tomorrow. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, it's so cute. But today's is done. So thank you for watching. Now you know how to colour an eggshell, but maybe not the top of a mushroom. I'm hoping there aren't any more like that. No, there are. Oh well. Anyway, hope you have a good day. Thank you very much for watching and happy colouring.